What if you could cut 15% off your importing costs without changing a single supplier? Sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly what one European kitchen manufacturer pulled off. No tricks, no corner cutting. They just changed how they worked with their existing suppliers. And what happened next? That's something any importer can learn from and start using today. So what was the strategy? How did they get past the language barriers and cultural disconnect? And what's one move you can make right now that could start saving your business thousands? This company is based in Lithuania, a small market, and even though they were placing high-volume orders with Chinese suppliers, they weren't being taken seriously. Communication lagged, negotiations went nowhere. Culturally, they were on the outside looking in. And with agents in the middle, they had zero visibility. It wasn't working until they changed their entire approach to sourcing. The problem started with the setup. Like a lot of importers, this company was relying on agents to manage their China supply chain. On paper, that sounds smart. In reality, it means someone else controlled their pricing, and that someone had no real reason to push for better deals. The agents' margins were baked in, and their incentives didn't align with the client's bottom line. Worse, without direct access to the factories, the client had no way to verify cost. Were raw materials going up? Were margins being padded? They didn't know and couldn't ask. Cultural barriers made things even more difficult. Being based in Lithuania, they feared suppliers might not understand them, or worse, not care. So they played it safe and they stayed silent. And that silence cost them. They had no leverage, no visibility, and no idea if they were overpaying. They were importing blind and losing money because of it. That's where CPG came in. Instead of relying on intermediaries, the company partnered with CPG's Beijing-based sourcing team, real people on the ground, fluent in the language, deeply familiar with supplier culture. This wasn't just a translation fix, it was a complete shift in strategy. CPG started communicating directly with the suppliers, and not just to say hi. They kicked off structured, multi-round negotiations, each one backed by real market benchmarks. That changed the game. Suppliers no longer saw a passive client behind an agent. They saw an engaged partner with a plan, someone who understood market data, had long-term goals, and was here to build a relationship. The result? Suppliers started responding. Pricing got sharper, timelines improved, the importer gained credibility, not because of order volume, but because of how they showed up. This wasn't just about saving money. It was about earning respect in a system that doesn't hand it out easily. Speaking of which, if you're getting value from this, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe to help the algorithm show this video to more importers who need to hear it. And as a way of saying thank you, here's an AI-inspired picture of a cat. Now, back to the numbers. Once the negotiation structure was in place, the savings started rolling in. CPG secured up to 15% off certain items and 5 to 10% across the board compared to what the client previously thought were the best prices. And here's the key. They didn't switch suppliers, no factory swaps, no quality changes, same specs, same relationships. What changed was how they negotiated, with clarity, persistence, and actual market intelligence. It wasn't pressure. It was iteration. Each round brought more insight, more leverage, and more confidence. Plus, CPG knew the cultural boundaries, when to push, when to pause, and how to build trust. That mix of hard data and soft skill made all the difference. The cost savings weren't a one-time win. They were the result of a structured system that any importer can start building. Next up, shipping, aka the money pit most importers forget to check. Once pricing was dialed in, CPG looked at how products were being shipped and found a quiet leak in the budget. The supplier's container loading method capped out at 350 cubic meters. With a few strategic adjustments, CPG optimized that to 460 cubic meters. That's a 31% jump in volume without adding a single container. The math is simple. More product per container equals lower cost per unit equals fewer shipments. No new tech, no software, just someone asking the right questions and watching the details suppliers usually overlook. If you haven't reviewed your own load method recently, odds are you're paying to ship empty space. Now, here's where the savings become sustainable: transparency. CPG didn't just negotiate better deals, they handed the client access to Chinese raw material indexes. That gave them direct insight into the actual input costs behind their products. No more flying blind. When a supplier claimed material prices had spiked, the client could check for themselves. This shifted them from a reactive to a proactive, from whatever you say to prove it. Suppliers knew the client was informed, which made pricing discussions more honest and kept everyone on their toes. Even better, the client now had ongoing tools to monitor market trends on their own. So long after the negotiations ended, they were still in control. So what can you learn from all of this? Number one, negotiation is a process, not a one-time ask, but a repeatable, data-backed loop. Number two, the details matter. Container space, agent incentives, communication tone, all small things until they aren't. Number three, knowledge beats scale. You don't have to be a mega retailer to command respect. You just need clarity, strategy, and local insight. This importer didn't get lucky, they got smart, and it paid off. So to recap, they didn't switch suppliers, they didn't increase order volume, they didn't roll the dice. They just negotiated smarter, optimized shipping, and tracked the market, and walked away with real recurring savings. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe, like the video, and hit the bell so you don't miss future uploads. And heads up, we've got something big coming. In the next few weeks, CPG is releasing its first ever ebook, an advanced guide to China sourcing and procurement. If this case study opened your eyes, the ebook is going to blow the doors off. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.